Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This week I'm going to be showcasing two of my images that have been edited by other people. So last week I got two of my raw files and I put them out there onto the internet and asked other people to edit them and send them back to me. And I did a similar thing last year. I'll put a link up to that video here. And I got a great response, so I thought I'll do the same again this year, and I haven't been disappointed. I got some great edits back again. So the website I went to was Reddit, and I went on one of the subreddits there called Edit My Raw. I'll put it down here. If you haven't been there before, I suggest you check it out. It's a fantastic little community. It's got about 11,000 members, and you can upload your raw files on there for other people to edit. You can edit other people's. There's a weekly challenge. So it's really great if you're a photographer and you work with raw files. I suggest you go check that out. So I'm going to show you all the edits in a moment, but first of all, here are the two raw files that I submitted to people. So here's a little slideshow of some of the great edits that I received. So I'm just going to pick out a few of my favourite images now and talk about those a little bit. So we'll start with this one by Jack F. Jadar 1. I'm not sure how to pronounce that properly, but I did really love the edit. I think these trees are fantastic, how they've got that nice orange brown look now, and that's juxtaposed by the rest of the image, which is this really nice cyan turquoisey colour. Gives it that really nice split tone look. And I also really like how the mountains just fade away into the distance. You've got this kind of dehaze effect on the mountains in the background there. It's almost overexposed, but it looks really nice. It works really well in this image. And this might have been my winning edit, to be honest, if it hadn't been for a few factors. One was, I think the image could have been cropped better. You've still got these kind of twig things at the bottom of the image and some leaves coming in at the sides. So I would have just cropped in a bit and removed those. The lens flare, it's a personal choice, but I'm not really keen on that. And also there are some dust specks on this image. It's a problem I have a lot with my Z7. Mirrorless cameras have got the exposed sensor, and whenever you take the lens off, it's bound to get dust on there, and I'm forever combating that. But I usually get rid of those in post-processing, and I know a few people haven't spotted those, but would have been nice to see those removed. But other than that, fantastic image, I really love that. This one by Muzz4567, you know, wow, it's so surreal, it's so vibrant, it's almost overdone, you might say, but I think it kind of works in a way. It almost looks like it's the surface of Mars or something in some kind of alternate reality. It's just so bold and vibrant. The noise around where the sunlight is, it was a difficult image to work with, this one, I'll say that, because it was a HDR merge. So I took several exposures, and the exposure around where the sun was, I tried to expose to maintain the highlight of the sun, so the rest of that image was really, really dark. But then when it's been combined with the rest of the images in the merge, it's meant that the area just around the sun flare, when you bring up the shadows of that area, it just really introduces a lot of noise, and I saw in a lot of the edits that people struggled with the noise around there. I think probably the best way to combat that is just to add some dehaze or reduce the clarity there. You can also obviously reduce the noise, just things like that, or just bring up the exposure slightly or the highlights just to try and get rid of that noise. And yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this one. I really love the surreal, vibrant effect, but that noise is a bit of a killer. So the next one we'll look at is this one by Skenera or Skenera. This was the only image that was black and white, and I thought it was an excellent choice. I didn't think about making it black and white myself with my own edit of this image, but it just adds so much drama to the image. It's so moody, and I feel a personal kind of connection to it because on the day that this was taken, I was in Snowdonia. I did a video there, so if you haven't seen it, I'll link it up top. But in the morning, I got up really early for sunrise, and it was quite bright when I first got out. So this doesn't really match that. However, later on in the day, or immediately after taking the photo, really about 15 minutes later, it was just stormy, rainy, and just terrible weather for the rest of the day. And this scene, now it's in black and white and really moody like this, just really reminds me of that day, even though at the time this photo was taken it wasn't like that, but I think it just really creates that emotion, and I think that's fantastic. It could be slightly better. You could have slightly more detail in the blacks here on the trees on the right. Maybe just bringing up the shadows to get some more detail out there, or the greens and raising the lightness of the greens perhaps, or the yellows. But you know, I'm nitpicking there. I think overall it looks great, and yeah, great choice of making it black and white. So the next one we'll look at is this one by Trapped in Reddit. Now this one, wow, this really got me scratching my head, and I've still not really quite worked it out. If we look at the original raw file that I put out there, you can see compared to Trapped in Reddit, they've got some extra information around the edge. They've got more of the scene than was actually there in the raw file. So that got me scratching my head a little bit. I thought maybe they cloned some areas or used like content aware fill at first to add an extra kind of border of information of the scene around the edge. But the more I looked at it, I don't think it is that. And the only thing I can think was happened here is that I know with the Nikon Z cameras and lenses, they have auto corrections built into them. So when you open them in Lightroom, for example, it will automatically remove vignetting, or it will correct any distortions and that kind of thing. So the only thing I can think is that when I open this raw file in Lightroom, it removes maybe a vignette around the edge or some kind of information which doesn't allow me to see what Trapped in Reddit sees when they open it in their software. I'm presuming they don't use Lightroom. And yeah, I like the edit as well. It's nice and soft. It's got some quite natural colours. Again, they didn't remove the blemishes, but it kind of works at the bottom because you don't have to crop it now because you've got this little twiggy type thing at the bottom which has got the reflection. It's not popping out from the bottom of the frame, and that works in that sense. But yeah, interesting one. So thanks for that, Trapped in Reddit. Then we'll look at this one. This is the kind of complete opposite end of the scale to some of the other images we've seen. So we haven't got the softness or the reduction in clarity on this one. We've gone the opposite way and we've got loads of clarity. And I kind of like it. It gives a hyper-real effect almost. It's like being there because it's so sharp and clear. I like the colour scheme again, and it's a little bit like the first one from Jack F. Jadar 1. You've got the yellow oranges of the trees juxtaposed against that cyan turquoise background and water. And yeah, worked really well. Really like that one. Well done, Yuta Scott. So let's take a look at the winning edit. This is the one I picked out by Starlights82. And yeah, I think it's a great edit. It's really soft. It's got an almost painterly-like feeling, like it looks like a painting. It's so soft with the reduction in clarity or dehaze. There's so much colour in the image. I don't know where these colours have come from. There's, you know, the oranges and yellows there. You've got the blues, the greens of the trees. There's a little bit of pink in the sky, and it really brings the image to life. But at the same time, it doesn't look unnatural. You know, you can tell it's been changed a lot with the colours, and it really lifts the image. But at the same time, it doesn't make it too unnatural looking. I quite like that. They've removed the blemishes in this image, so extra marks for that, fantastic. And yeah, all around just a really good image. And they also submitted a really good image for the Viaduct one as well, so yeah, fantastic editing and a worthy winner, I think. So congratulations to Starlights82 for their winning edit. I thought it was a fantastic edit, and I printed it out on Photospeed NST Bright White 315 gram paper. So if you are watching this video, Starlights82, and you would like this print, then feel free to get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to package that up and get it sent out to you. You can get in touch with me via my website, and I'll put a link to that down below. And thanks a lot to everyone who sent me images. There were some fantastic edits, and I couldn't have made this video without you, so thanks a lot. I will be putting all of the edits on my blog, so there's a link to my blog here, and you can go check those out when they're live. And if you haven't sent your images to people before to edit, I really recommend doing this. It's a fantastic process, and you can pick up just a completely different idea of a scene. You can almost see it through somebody else's eyes when they edit your image. And it'll also give you some great ideas on how to edit your images in future as well. So I definitely recommend doing that. That's about it for this video, so thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Next week I'm going to be out and about again. I've just bought a drone, so I'm really excited about that and looking forward to giving you a different perspective on all the places I visit, so make sure you catch me for that one. If you're not subscribed yet, then please consider doing so. You can click on the big red button down there or on my face over here, and that way you'll keep up to date with everything I'm doing each week, and there's a new video every Sunday morning at 10 AM UK time. So that's it for this one, but please do catch me for the next one, and until then, thanks a lot, and bye for now.